everyone, and welcome to the Cardinal Sports Complex for CTN's live coverage of boys high school soccer. It's a Northwest Suburban Conference showdown as the Cardinals welcome the Elk River Elks. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, a beautiful night for soccer.
It's absolutely gorgeous, and this is against two teams that really are fairly evenly matched, and we'll watch as this game unfolds. That they're going to try. I mean, neither team a lot of scoring so far yet this year, and both teams obviously looking for their first win.
Coon Rapids, after a pair of ties, dealt their first loss by Anoka, a game they would like to just forget about and move on.
Yeah, there's always one of those on your schedule, at least one of those that you want to say, you know what, let's not worry about it, put it behind us and move forward.
Well, they have the sun at their back to start this one. Elk River, the opening possession. Not really any wind to speak of. But yeah, both of these teams will be eager to put something on the board.
Well, when I spoke to head coach Jorge Artavalla, I talked to him a little bit about what he's expecting. He says, you know, he's really looking forward to playing a team like this who feels evenly matched to see what they have.
Elk River defender fell down. Coon Rapids trying to capitalize, slowed along the left side. Support comes over and a good slide tackle for Jerome Uche. And he put himself at peril, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign early on for the Elks. He made a brave play. Knew he was going to take the force of the Cardinal forward, but able to clear the ball out of danger.
He seems to be okay. He's back. That's good signs. Walking on it. Back to his feet. Jeremy Shepard there, the trainer, out talking to him as well. I get to see him take a look. As you mentioned, just going to go right for the ball. And, yeah, he took up a bit of a hit. I think he took a knee into the mouth or the face area, obviously. Seems to be okay.
I like it.
Henry Babcock in for him, for Elk River.
Coon Rapids with an opportunity with possession in deep. Mena flips it over to the near side corner, out of reach and out of bounds. In front of Jesse Small. Both teams electing to list their rosters by school year, meaning neither are they alphabetical nor by their jersey number, which will make it interesting as we move along, especially through this first half.
You're a pro. You're a seasoned pro. What, have you been doing this 40, 50 years?
At least. Seems like 80 when I'm around you.
Oh, well. No, I seem like 80 when you're around.
Hanegraaff kicks it up into Coon Rapids territory, out off of Elk River's Marcus Maldonado. Throw in for the Cardinals. A lot of midfield play, trying to find an opportunity to get it into a good scoring position, both of these clubs.
Well, we saw the boys and girls, of course, last time against Armstrong in the opener. They've had an opportunity to get a few more games under their belts here.
Well, Fatty able to get things turned around in midfield. One of a couple of guys that has worked his way into the starting lineup. Here's Fatty playing it back to Wynn. Wynn with time will slow things down and get it right back from Kish. Coon Rapids nearly turned it over. Good recovery down that left wing. And here's Fatty playing it ahead, headed down, but right to Harmon. and unable to get it Clyer around that corner. Back the other way come the Elks. Zelaya is tripped up.
It'll be interesting to see
Zelaya
how
called with the foul.
How Coon Rapids uses their speed here tonight. And we saw him last time. Yukon Harmon, boy, is he fast. He is so quick to the ball, and he's got a great acceleration with the ball.
And he's an electrifying player.
Yeah, he really is.
And he fun to watch. Clyer gets it back to Harmon. Harmon not afraid to get a little physical down that left wing. Gets around the corner and crosses out front. And diving blocked by the goalkeeper.
Oh, Harmon with a
shot and a goal, and Yukon Harmon given the opportunity after the Elks failed to clear. Harmon able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a perfectly placed pass and a perfect header from Harmon as he's able to get the first tally of the game here for Coon Rapids, making a 1-0 lead here early on. But that was pretty. I mean, the pass was beautiful, exactly where it needed to be, as you're going to see it here.
Yeah, and it's Mo Fatty that ran back to collect it
look
off
at the
that
pass.
failed clear.
It was beautiful.
And
what
a
beautiful
perfect header,
setup.
just no chance for the goalkeeper, Nafua. And what set it up was Yukon Harmon doing the battle down in that left corner. The cross, Nafua dove out and knocked it away. The Elks couldn't clear. Recovered by Fatty and just served to a perfect spot.
Yes, sir.
And Coon Rapids has the early lead in the 5th minute. Ian Wynn at the back end for Coon Rapids. Serving it up in the middle, Abdullah, he tried to keep possession, got it back to Fatty along the near side. Chipped ahead by Jesse Small. Elks able to get it and get it turned around. Fatty again breaking things up. Tomas Mena plays it back to Ian Wynn. Kish back for Mena. Mena trying to find some speed through midfield. Pass broken up, trying to get it to Small on the right wing. Will give and go. Fatty contested, able to battle through it, maintain possession. And here's Yukon Harmon turning to his left.
His footwork is so good.
Lillestrand able to stay with him and take it away momentarily. Coon Rapids able to recover. Couple of passes. Yukon Harmon finding a little room. Long left-footed shot and a diving save by Nafua.
Getting some pressure in on net. Relatively easy save for Nafua.
One on, Adam. Go on, Adam.
Wagner stops it up, gets it headed back. Yukon Harmon over the top for Clyer. Clyer trying to hop around the defender. Stopped up well by Mathewson. But Coon Rapids continues to pressure. Abdullahi went flying, but no flag or foul. Mathewson again trying to work it up the right wing. Goes past Paulson as he was taken to the turf. Foul called, and Coon Rapids foul will mean a free kick for the Elks.
Jorge Artavilla, head coach of the Elk River Elks. It's his first season as head coach. He's coached at SPA, and he's actually played at White Bear Lake and then played his college ball at UW at Parkside.
Coon Rapids attacking up the left wing. Abdullahi tangled up with and called for the foul. As he ran over Mathewson a little bit.
Chet Gleason in coming in for Elk River.
Handball is called on Elk River.
Tomas Mena plays it back, Small trying to get it into the middle where Abdullahi might have a chance to play it, and Harmon in there as well.
Well, the Cards are doing a pretty good job early on of keeping some pressure down in the Elk River end. I mean, they're doing a good job controlling the ball, getting opportunities.
A little miscommunication is going to lead to an Elk River throw in. So my son asked me the other night, he said, how far can the guys usually throw the ball in at soccer? I said, well, it depends on the guy, the situation, how they throw it in. And I said, but we had a guy once.
He was great.
That used to do a handspring throw, and he looked up the handspring throw. He's like, wow. It's like, yeah, he did that all the time, and he could throw it from the sidelines right to the front of the net. And it was very...
It was great. Very
interesting,
effective.
Fun to watch.
Yep.
Can you name that player? Oh, come on, Neil. Hennon just right on top of it immediately.
Didn't even give me an opportunity to answer.
Didn't give Shapiro a chance to be wrong.
I was going to say PJ Fleck.
PJ Mack is the correct answer.
That is the correct. I was actually going to say Kevin Sargent.
And you would have been wrong.
I would have been wrong. See, you should have just whispered that into my ear, Neil Hennon, listening in the truck.
I was about to say, don't spoil it, Hennon, but too late. He's quick on the draw.
He is.
Coon Rapids doing a really nice job of possessing so far in this game and maintaining pressure in the offensive end. Gets harder and harder to defend when you spend the whole half in your end.
Well, you know, coming off that big loss to Anoka, so it's 7-1, right? Yeah, and I'm sure that they're saying, well, we need to turn things around, and getting that first goal early puts a lot of pep in your step, so to speak. And you're right, though, they have been controlling the pressure and the action down in the Elk end, and they're continuing to keep that ball there. And Elk River's going to have to figure out a way to try and get some scoring chances.
Elk River clear attempt, stopped up by the head of Ian Wynn. And again, numbers in the offensive end and flocking to the ball. Tomas Mena able to pry it free, tried to get it ahead. Here's Klyer making a nice move to find a little bit of room. His pass went off an Elk River defender. Mena able to recover for the Cardinals, cut across, shot well wide and out of play.
But it's all about possession.
Did they? Oh, they touched it. I thought that was straight out. Deflected wide, so a Coon Rapids corner kick.
Boys, stack it. Let's go.
Head coach Brian Chapman's got to feel pretty good about the way his club has started out here. Obviously, you got a long way to go in this contest.
Play it back where Fatty can run onto her, and Harmon rather can run onto it. Great physical offense by Tomas Mena to get the steal there. He took it right away from two Elk River defenders. But the shot wide, and this time it will be the goal kick. Near side pass, a little bit far for Small, taken away by a seam for Elk River, and then a foul will give the Elks a free kick here. Hanegraaff will handle the opportunity, and this is in close enough where well-placed kick. Could get the Elks an opportunity. They go direct to the right side. Easily handled by Cardinal keeper Caleb Winter.
Yeah, the little time that Elk River has spent down there. Winter getting a bit of action here.
Turning to find some room is Gabori, but now cleared off his foot by Kish. Mendez trying to play it up the left wing, but out of bounds in front of Mena.
Mena just clears it away, lets his squad set up defensively.
Uche back in the game for Elk River, so that's a good sign.
Yes, it is.
Especially with the aggressive and physical nature of the Cardinals early in this game, and he obviously is not afraid to get physical, as we saw before he exited.
Yeah, and he exited early, but now a good thing that he's back on the field. Great to see.
Just about 15 minutes gone in this first half. Coon Rapids, a header from Yukon Harmon in the 5th minute, have the 1-0 lead. This one again essentially rolled in on Winter, and he'll boot it away. Mena can't settle near midfield. Too far for Mendez down the wing, but cleared out of bounds, so Coon Rapids an opportunity to reset on the throw-in.
Well, and again, the Cardinals will continue to work their offense like they have since the opening minute, with doing a good job of hanging on to the ball, controlling it down in the Elk River end, and then getting a little bit of pressure in on the goaltender.
Long boot, trying to give an opportunity for Gabori to get to it, but Wynn gets there first and plays it into the stands. Cardinals definitely have some speed on the back end with Ian Wynn. Play toward the middle is broken up by Mena, but out the end line, so a corner kick opportunity for the Elk River Elks. And as we saw last week in the girls' game against Armstrong, it's not about how many opportunities, it's about what you do with them. And they were able to turn a couple of set plays into a 2-0 win.
Yeah, sometimes your special teams can win a game for you, and that's this situation. Now, you work on this in practice, getting it to work in a game sometimes is a different thing.
Lillestrand's boot over the head of Hannah Graff, handled by Nifua. Gabori. Cardinals not unable to clear. Numbers to the ball. That was a big shove, but no whistle. Played out, and Yaya Sibide with help. Crosses to Klyer. Nifua comes out and takes it away from him. And Klyer takes a tumble. Pass from Sibide just a little too far. One of my favorites on the Coon Rapids team, Yaya Sibide.
Yeah, I love the name.
It's not just the name. He might actually be shorter than I am. Doubtful.
Is that possible?
Doubtful. But at least I can see eye to eye to him. Ramos Dominguez checking in for the Cardinals. Will take over for Klyer up front.
Yeah, coming out of the game after taking that hit from the goaltender.
Klyer, you mean?
I'm sorry, Klyer.
Guaranteed Klyer's taller than I am.
Yeah.
Oh, Coon Rapids with a turnover in deep. The shot, a goal, and we're tied at 1. Emus Gabori just took it away from Ian Wynn, sprinted in on the breakaway, and Winner got a piece of it, but not able to keep it out of the net. We're tied.
Oh, and he's got speed, and he was able
once he was
able to take the ball away from Wynn, he was able to accelerate, and Winter just couldn't get get what he needed to get the angle. So you're going to see him take the
Just
ball
a
away.
little too casual.
Look
and
at the speed, too.
underestimated by Wynn. Tried to recover, not in time. Off the fingertips of Caleb Winter, off the post.
Got a piece of it.
And into the net.
That's how you tie it up, even when your opponent is controlling possession.
Coon Rapids right back on the attack. Harmon's shot hit a defender. Cleared to the far side by Lillestrand, and out the end line, it'll be a corner kick for the Cardinals. Opportunity, as we talked about, on the special teams to get that lead right back. To the back for Mena. His redirect is too high, though. Well placed.
Oh, it's beautiful
and a
placement.
Good play.
And he put his hands to his head. He knew that opportunity was there for him, and he just put too much on it. Not that I'm saying that's an easy way to score a goal, but his opening was there.
And Wynn put it in a perfect spot.
Yep.
Defense came over late to challenge. Just got under it a little bit too much. Dominguez breaking things up, gets it ahead for Harmon, flipped over the defender. And Sibide bodied off the ball by Nafua.
Nafua is very physical goaltender. I mean, he's going to come out and he's going to challenge you for the ball. I mean, that's an aggressive way to play because he makes a mistake and then he gives up a goal. But I like the aggressive style.
Kraft works it ahead. Coon Rapids able to stop it up and get it turned around again. Tomas Mena along this side for Mendez. Trying to sneak it through the middle for Ramos Dominguez, but it's Mo Fatty instead. Working his way through the midfield. His pass broken up by Lillestrand and turned around. One touched ahead. And here's Gabori going across. In close, and this is going to be a great opportunity. Maldonado tripped up, and a free kick from just outside the 18.
Yeah, you're going to see it here. I think you're going to see a push. There's a trip. There's the trip there. And this is, yeah, you're right. This is a great opportunity for Elk River to see if they can take the lead after just tying it up.
They went direct from quite a ways back. This one, a spot where they've got Gabori and Maldonado standing there talking strategy. Maldonado tries to get it under, was hoping the line would jump. They did not. Coon Rapids getting numbers there. Maldonado continuing to battle his way through the defenders. Cleared at least a little by Wagner, and then played out the end line by the Elks.
Red's here, as always. Good to see Red in the house again. Yeah, that was a little pressure inside.
Wagner bumped, and that's going to get the whistle against Gabori.
There's Red. Good to see him. Big smile on his face, always.
Ramos Dominguez to Mendez. His pass Off the back of Paulson and out of bounds. Ramos Dominguez back to Mendez, back to Ramos Dominguez. He has to take it off his foot by Lillestrand and pushed ahead. Stopped up by Gabori, comes back for it. Right side for Maldonado. Maldonado pressured by Mendez. His pass stopped up by Mo Fati. Turning and looking for some help is Borum, but instead it's Yukon Harmon getting the steal at midfield. Moved ahead to Sibity, and
yeah, it's offsides.
Well, he's quick.
Yeah.
Small and he's quick.
Is that what they used to say about you? Or you were slight in stature but tough
And fast.
and fast
On the ice.
and gritty.
Well, that too.
Yeah. Gritty is one of my favorite words about you.
The grit.
Yeah, the grit in Yun.
There's Sibity showing the speed. Fires back to the far side, and it goes wide out of play. Goal kick upcoming for Elk River. Hard to tie your shoes and tuck in the laces when you have the gloves on.
Yep.
Nice to have teammates who can help you out.
I always
Kraft.
appreciate- When you do it for me, I always appreciate it.
Mendez stops it up along the left wing. Pass a little too much for Sibity, and somewhere there was a foul. So we'll get a free kick for Elk River. One team,
One team is right, indeed.
Beckham Asteller. With the signage. Got a handful of those Cardinal captains that will go to everybody's game and try and attend every activity they can throughout the school
Yeah,
year.
it's great.
Made a little more difficult with Corona restrictions, obviously, and the curtailed season and limits to stadiums capacities and things of that nature, but still showing their Cardinal pride, coming out and supporting their fellow athletes is a wonderful thing in a very strange time. The class of 2021 will have some stories to tell.
Absolutely will. Been a strange year, by any stretch of the imagination.
That one pounded off of Ramos Dominguez and out of bounds. But then booted away out of bounds by Lillestrand, and they give it right back to Coon Rapids.
Number 3, Ali Abdul-Rahim.
Ali Abdel-Rahim into the game for the Cardinals. Will take over for Mendez on that left wing. Kish ahead for Fati. Squeezes it through to Sibity. Pass a little bit behind Harmon, went off his heel, and Sibity recovers. Broken up by a couple of Elks and cleared. Fati will be the first one to the cleared ball. Tomas Mena back for Fati along the sidelines. Harmon will reverse to his left, get around Lillestrand, and then a long shot that meanders wide and out of play.
Yeah, if you give an opportunity to Yukon Harmon to run onto the ball, that's when he can be really dangerous because he's so quick, and B, his feet are so good. He controls the ball so well that he's able to look for that opening.
Hanegraaff with a goal kick responsibility this time. Headed back the other direction by Mena. Fati will cut it off short of midfield. Cleared into the Coon Rapids end, but out of play.
Cardinal throw in.
Sibbity 1v2 didn't have much opportunity. Turned around by the Elk River defense. Wynn plays it back to Winter, and Winter will boot it back out near midfield. Settled by Fatty. Mena let it get a little bit too far away from him, but able to recover and get it to Fatty. Fatty sidesteps, near side for Small. Back into the middle of Ramos Dominguez. Couple of touches for the Cardinals, one touch for the Elks and out of play. Good steal by Uche, just came out of nowhere again to take it right off of Coon Rapids players' feet. A couple of times the Elks have done that. One led to their goal in the 18th minute.
There's a number of really good athletes on both sides in this match, and they're trying to use their speed and physicality to win this battle.
Harmon with a nice header over to Small, trying to cross it out, and does. Mena in close. His shot is blocked. Recovering are the Elks, and this one is spun forward by Hanegraaff out of bounds in front of the Elks bench. Harmon tried to bump it and get himself around Hanegraaff, but instead cleared out of play. Fatty touches it around a defender, stays with it, or between a couple more out front. The shot off an Elk River body out of play, and this should be a corner, and it will be.
Yep.
Mo Fatty, what a great offensive opportunity he set up by being aggressive and wiggling between some defenders.
Well, we talked about that. I mean, just using your speed.
Look at how many white jerseys he draws. 3 guys right there, plays it out. Mena didn't get a lot on it, but it's out an Elk River body out of play, so the corner kick upcoming. And Yukon Harmon will be the one to deliver it.
Kind of running downhill a little bit there.
That's how soccer fields are supposed to be.
They drain. That's where the drainage goes.
They play it short. Kish not able to get control. It ends up out the end line.
Yeah, Kish had it right on the end line, and Harmon was open. He just couldn't keep it to stay on the right side of that end line, and otherwise it would have been a good opportunity for Coon Rapids.
Mena working out of the corner against Hanegraaff. Support comes. Small had it poked away out of bounds by Maldonado. But always good to spend this kind of time in the offensive end.
Well, they've done that for a good portion of this first half.
Hanegraaff a steal, sends it ahead. Gabori slows, marked by Kish. Kish goes flying by. Gabori sends it out front. That shot blocked. Another chance, another goal. And Elk River has the lead.
Just too many numbers for Coon Rapids defense to handle. Are they calling it offsides?
Apparently.
Yeah, they called it offsides. That's unfortunate. It was a nice. They had good.
Well,
good
that's
job
why they had the
getting
numbers.
the numbers because they're offside. Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
Webster's
absolutely.
played back.
Yeah. Well, the soccer experts like us should have been right on that.
Should have been on top of that.
Ferrari, we got to work this.
So Elk River momentarily thinking they had a lead, but only very fleetingly did they think that.
Yes, didn't last long. That euphoric feeling didn't last very long.
Pass broken up, sent on the bounds by Ben Kish on the far side. Abdullahi comes back to recover. His pass behind Mahmoud. Small gets the steal back and plays it up, head into the corner. And this will be played back upfield by Mathewson. Gabori at midfield slips past Kish. His pass, though, broken up by Abdul Rahim on the far side.
Ali!
Battle at midfield. Gabori pushed to the turf, but no whistle. Clyer can't come away with it cleanly. Elk River able to turn it around and attack on the far side with Rodman. Back to Maldonado. Able to poke it through a couple of defenders. Poked away by Ian Wynn. Elk River serves it right back into the middle. Shot wide by Gabori. Ends up on the grass looking for a foul again. Saying he was hit in the face.
Not to be called. And then the Cardinals turn it over.
Elk River with the scoring of the first goal gained some confidence. And
Oh,
even
yeah.
though the second was called back, I think that has added to their level of confidence, and all of a sudden they're being a little more aggressive and putting the pressure on the Coon Rapids Cardinals to defend.
Well, Coach Ardeville, when I talked to him yesterday, just talked about the fact that they want to play. Their last game was a 1-0 loss, and they felt that they played well, and they wanted to play a team of equal record.
That's a penalty that Spencer Clyer just can't take. Hard contact with Gabori again, just outside the 18-yard box. Now, last time they hoped Coon Rapids would jump on the line, and so they went low. This time, right into the middle of the line, and then Gabori gets it back and fires it through the uprights for 3. It's good.
Goal kick, Cardinal.
Had the angle.
Not the elevation.
No.
Winters kick to the near side. Out of the reach is Small, but lost back out of bounds by Ashim. Mena cuts back, finds a little bit of room. Trying to get it into the middle. That's broken up. He's able to get right back to it. Again, trying to get through to Abdullahi. But Elk River able to turn it around. Maldonado bothered by Small. Clears it ahead. Stopped up by Kish. Elk's able to get it back, but thanks to a foul and a Coon Rapids Free kick upcoming. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Tied at 1.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining soccer match so far here in this first half. A little bit of scoring, some defense, some aggressive play on both ends.
Mendez on the left side, trying to get it back into the middle where Mahmoud may have a chance on it. Instead, the Elks able to turn it around. Lost out of bounds on the far side. Coon Rapids able to disrupt, get a little clearance, and that's a clear handball. Pretty easy to see. Under a minute to go. Maybe one more opportunity for Coon Rapids to create something at the other end.
Well, they came out fast in that first half. We'll see as the last 40-some seconds go how they come out in the second half. Obviously, both teams would love to get a goal before the end of the break. Before the break, I should say.
Nafua with a good punt back across midfield. Small back to Wagner. Wagner pressured. In a little bit of trouble. He battles 2 Elk River Elks. They come away with it. Cross pass eludes Mendez. Here's an opportunity and a diving save for Caleb Winter.
10, 9,
Shot from Gabriel Rotman as the final seconds tick off. And Coon Rapids had the overall time of possession on their side, but a couple of good scoring chances late, and the momentum in favor of the visitors. We're tied, though, at 1 after the first half. You're watching CTN's live coverage of boys high school soccer.
County hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Back at the Cardinal Sports Complex, halftime just about over between the Cardinals and the Elks. Both with one on the board. Coon Rapids started early. A great serve by Mo Faddy. A wonderful redirect by the head of Yukon Harmon. And that gave Coon Rapids the lead in the 5th minute. And they did continue to pressure and generate some good scoring opportunities.
They did.
But then a little misplay on the back end, a little underestimation of the speed of Gabori, and he makes him pay for it. That goal evened the score in the 18th minute. And Gabori has been very noticeable.
He has.
For
he's strong.
Elk River through the first half.
And fast. I mean,
and they had another goal with 7.5 minutes left in that first half, but that one called back offside. Coon Rapids will be staring into the sun, but get first possession here in the second. And after the first goal, so really the second half of the first half, Elk River played with a lot more aggression and put a lot more pressure on. Goalkeeper Charles Nafua again sliding out to take the ball away from a charging Cardinal attacker. He's done so numerous times to this point. A little push there by Abdel Rahim. Will get a free kick near midfield.
Well, he's not afraid to go after the ball. Nafua, he's done it a couple of times, as you mentioned. It very physical goaltender. He will let you know he's there.
Kraft sends it ahead. Gabori had it headed away from him, but Gabori called for the foul as Wynn was knocked to the turf.
Ball go out, I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
Some discussion between our referee and linesman. It is going to be a Coon Rapids
Yeah.
throw-in. They're going to say Elks touched it.
We'll look that way from up here.
Into the middle, Tomas Mena trying to get it to Yaya Sibidi. Cleared back out, up to challenge his Win. Slowing for help is Zelaya. And now here's Gabori trying to run around the corner, then stops up, cuts back, passes across to the back door, and diving on top of it is Winter. As they had Gabriel Rodman charging down the near side.
Caleb Winter had to be aggressive on this play because there was a great opportunity for Elk River. You're going to see him come across and just make sure he dove on that ball before Elk River got a foot on it.
Amos Gaburi, a fun player to watch. And he is definitely creating some opportunities for his Elk River Elks. Comes back and gets a steal here. Plays it in deep, and Winter comes out and scoops it up.
Yeah, a little too much on that. He had a teammate, but just couldn't put it on him.
Clyer trying to settle, but Ucha able to move it back the other way. And a foul against Cardinals. Kraft's boot headed away by Ian Wynn. And back out of bounds. Throw-in coming for Zelaya. Gabori bodied off it by Harmon. Mena plays it ahead out of the reach of Sibidi. And turning it around is Mathewson. Chips it back to the near corner. Abdel Rahim able to absorb some body contact. Ooh, and he's the one that gets called for the foul. I thought it looked to me like the Elk River player was the one instigating contact, but not the way the referee saw it. So here comes another free kick from another dangerous spot for the Elks. Zelaya will handle it this time. Off Abdel Rahim, recovered. The shot just wide off the foot of Samuel Lillestrand.
Yeah, trying to go for that far side corner, and it just went on just the other side of the post. Didn't miss by much.
Sibidi trying to get it back for Harmon out of his reach, turned around by the Elks. Zelaya poked it ahead, broken up by Abdel Rahim, and now cleared back to midfield by Wynn. Turned around by Lillestrand, settled there by Spencer Clyer. His pass through the middle, right into the defense, and Kraft turns it around for Elk River. Abdel Rahim back the other way, over the head, turned Hanegraaff around, but he's able to get the ball back into Coon Rapids territory. Wagner ahead and stopped up by Kraft. Touched by Fatty over to Mena into the middle. Clyer able to recover. Has a little bit of room. It's closing, though. He plays it into the corner, just too far for Yukon Harmon.
Yeah, good thought there, but just couldn't get it set up the way they wanted to.
Again, they serve it over the defense, and Gabori trying to get behind with speed, got tangled up with Wynn. He argues his case. Still going to get the call.
He's trying.
But he is definitely, he might have a future as an attorney. He's argued his case effectively throughout this contest. He has made sure that his side of the argument was known to the referee in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you got to let him know.
Hey, if you can sway that guy to be on your side, you're in great shape.
Well, yeah, and if you get him to think about the next time that those certain things happen, maybe he doesn't call it.
All depends on the language you use and how persuasive you can be.
And if you have a smile on your face while you're doing it,
it helps.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Unless you're still saying things that are unagreeable to the official. It's all and it's all determined by the referee in the end. Shot from a ways out by Lillestrand, easily handled by Winter. Quickly moving it to Abdel Rahim on the left side. Ahead for Clyer. Turns to the sidelines, serving it over the top, too far. It's bobbled but held by the keeper, Nafua. Fatty had to take it away by Maldonado and played back to Ucha. Pass ahead and unable to keep it in on the sideline was Rodman.
So far early in this second half, Elk River doing the better job of controlling it down in the Cardinal end and getting some opportunities.
Well, and again, the latter part of that first half and definitely the last 7 minutes after they had the goal called back, they were generating scoring opportunities and getting good possessions deep in the Coon Rapids end, and Coon Rapids has not been able to do the same since early in that first half. Trying to break numbers here offensively. Stopped up again by Mena on the clear attempt. Kish up to challenge. Bump with Zelaya. And just forced back in deeper. And that is not what Uche was trying to do.
No.
Uche was trying to do. As soon as that ball left his foot, he went, oh,
yeah, he
not
knew.
The end line.
So, well, of course, set up a corner kick for the Cardinals.
I mean, it wasn't even close.
No.
It was straight
Yeah, it was.
out the end line. Sun was in his eyes. Ian Wynn will handle the kick. Played it to Tomas Mena. Tomas Mena on the back, over the back post last time. Looking there again. And similar result as it's redirected up over out of play.
You know, it was there to Mena on the wing, but get just too much on it.
Well, I think they were really looking for the header in the middle that time. And it happened to get to Mena on a bounce. And on a bounce, it's awfully hard to stay on top of the ball. Mena comes up. Heads it back to the near side for Novak. Kept in by Sibity along the sidelines. Another stop by Mena. Played to the far corner and easily handled by the Elk River defense. Gabori working against Wagner, chips it to the support, back into the middle. Played back for Lillestrand. He'll take a shot from a long ways out and missed by a long way. And a goal kick upcoming.
So 10 minutes have gone by in the second half, and Elk River doing a good job of trying to get the 2-1 lead. Cardinals, their defense for the Elks doing a good job of really just keeping the ball wide, keeping the Cardinals out from in front of the net.
Elks back on the attack with numbers. Chip back, Gabori in close, a kick save by Winter. A tough angle for Gabori,
yep.
But he was going to make sure that Winter earned the save. And it becomes a corner kick opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, good passing, a nice feed inside. Let Gabori run on it, but Winter able to get the piece of it.
Hard to leave him unmarked even
Yes.
when the other player has a direct threat. Here's the header in, but Winter in good position to secure it as Tristan Borum was in position to put a header on it. Euken Harmon comes back to steal it from Lillestrand. Ahead for Sibide. Sibide trying to get away around Uche. And Sibide able to steal it back momentarily, at least, from Mathewson. Paulson plays it ahead, broken up by Ian Wynn for Coon Rapids. And out right to the foot of Dave Hemme.
Nice stop, Dave Hemme.
The incomparable Dave Hemme.
He do it all. Keep that camera on his shoulder, stop the soccer ball,
Oh, he
bring home the bacon.
handled it like he was expecting the pass.
We have an injury far
a
side.
little cramp.
Yeah.
For Amos Gabori.
Yeah, I want to see that. Hope that's all it is.
I like the way he plays.
I do too.
I like the way he argues his case.
I do as well.
And I like the fact that he tried to get up and walk that off right there.
Yep.
That makes him one
He's
of
tough.
my all-time favorites.
He's tough.
Oh. Bananas. Natural defender against cramps. And Charlie horses.
And pickle juice. We had this conversation, I think, the last time we did the soccer game.
And I'll stick with, I'll eat my one banana a day and not have cramps.
Pickle juice.
I'm not having a cup of pickle juice.
Oh, come
every
on, it's
day.
good. Just,
every once in a while, on a special occasion, maybe.
no, just make sure you strain it. You don't want those little seeds and stuff then when you're drinking it.
I guess
It's good over ice.
I don't know what difference a couple of seeds would make. It's still pickle juice. It's like, wouldn't that be like having pulp in your orange juice?
Yeah, that's why I don't have pulp in my orange juice. I make sure I strain it before I drink my orange juice. I'm pulp free.
Okay. All right, we learned something here on CTN tonight.
Yeah. Pickle juice and pulp.
Pickle juicy, yes. Pulp a no. Lillestrand able to get it back off the body. This one served to the back corner. A good opportunity, but left-footed chance up over and out of play, and a goal kick upcoming. I think it was a seam over the top and not Zelaya that had that opportunity, but I could be wrong.
No.
Once in a while.
You're Joe Yund. Joe never wrong Yund.
Oh.
Well, maybe once in a while. I'll give you that. You are human after all.
I am a superhuman,
Yes,
but
you
I am
are.
not superhuman.
Yeah, I'll buy that one. Especially if you add duper after it.
Superhuman derper?
No, super duper human. Off the rails.
Almost made it halfway through the second half. We got another
almost
game to go.
That's almost a
doubleheader.
record.
The Elks persistent in their pressure. No whistle this time. Lillestrand able to, again, regain control before Coon Rapids gets to midfield. Mendez tossed to the ground by Ashim.
Yeah, they'll call that one.
That one they will call. Did I see him digging in his pocket? I did. Because Ashim was looking for the call, didn't get it, and then a pretty flagrant foul as he took Mendez to the turf. And out comes the card for number 24.
Yep. They kind of did throw him down.
There may have been a hold there. A quick explanation to Coach Artavia. And back to play with the Coon Rapids free kick. Mena heads it along. Harmon trying to run onto it. Elks poke it back further. Small able to recover. Mo Fatty with it. Draws some attention. Plays it back for Wagner. Wagner moving it ahead out of the reach of his Yaya Asidibe, but played out by the Elks.
Yes, it was.
It's a great name.
Now, you know, an opportunity for Coon Rapids down in the Elk River. See if they can generate some sort of pressure, Joe.
Elks bringing a lot of numbers back into the box every time Coon Rapids gets down there. An adjustment they made, I think, after finding themselves outnumbered and out-pressured and out-battled for the ball deep in their own end early in that first half. Well, as we talked about, both these teams having some trouble scoring, both looking for their first win. And we're going to see another yellow card.
Oh, with Gabori out of the lineup now for Elk River, it's an opportunity for Coon Rapids.
Small walking back into the field of play, and then went, oh, yellow card means I have to leave. That's right.
See ya.
Del Rahim will come in his place. And that was a pretty easy call.
Yeah.
Pretty blatant body check from behind. And right in front of the official, and right after he had given the other team a yellow card. So a combination of those three things meant absolutely that was going to be a yellow card.
And it was. Elks turned the ball over. Coon Rapids with the goal kick. Our officials are talking about a few things here.
Just making sure that it should be a goal kick, not a corner kick. They discussed what was seen, and we're back to play. And I think the referee was just looking to get a little extra exercise.
Yeah, just get that extra few steps in.
Because I'm sure, he's got goals to meet on his Fitbit
I'm sure he does.
Fitness tracker that wouldn't be met as it is running back and forth and all over the field after these guys. I often say that's a job I would never do.
Right.
Comes to soccer, of course, I couldn't do it for a number of reasons. Number one, the fitness level required. Number two, the knowledge of the game.
That might be number one.
It's a toss-up. Because I could hang running back and forth with these guys for about the first 45 seconds.
That long.
As long as it only ran one way and then we stopped for 30 seconds, I'd be all right. A chance for the Cardinals, but
Too much.
another one sent up and over out of play.
Well, you know, and a good give inside too, but just a little bit too much on it.
It was a nice setup, and Novak just got to the ball a little late. Sends it up and over. As old Jerry Grant, the professor, used to say, you got to keep the knee over the ball or the ball will be over the net.
It's a Grantism. I miss old Jerry. I haven't seen him in a long time.
I'm sure he would love that you refer to him as old Jerry.
Yeah, it's old Jerry. Oh, no, it's old, not old.
Old.
He probably referred to me as old Howie.
Substitutions being made. Abdullahi checking back in for Sibity. Mendez throws it in, headed right back for Zelaya, and he's trying to break it up and out for Elk River. Wynn will turn it around. Elks reverse to the near side. Chipped in deep by Paulson. Kish trying to get it to Small. Paulson stays with it. Now poked ahead. Small gets it to Tomas Mena. Mena on the run. Back for Novak. Tried to get it into the middle. Not enough on that pass. And it was taken away by Mathewson. Wynn's pass ahead, headed back the other direction by Uche. Not as much on that little mule kick for Blaze Shutt as he was hoping. And the Cardinals turn it around. But now Elk River back in control. Zelaya watched closely by Adam Wagner. Plays it back for Mathewson. Here's Maldonado and Zelaya. Near side, Paulson tried to get it back in the middle. It was denied by Ian Wynn. Kish to Small. Small had it taken away there by Maldonado. Played back. Taken away by Zelaya. It was the shot in by Maldonado. Coon Rapids not able to clear. They'll play it back to the near side, do the Elks. Here's Paulson turning back in the middle behind Zelaya. Tapped back to him, a shot and a save by Caleb Winter.
Again, a good offensive opportunity for Elk River. A nice little give. And Winter had to go to the ground to get that save as well.
Just watching Amos Gabori jogging along the sideline, still clearly wincing in some pain. This one played in too far out. Coon Rapids offside. Before Defua had to dive in front of Abdullahi. Wynn got in front of the Elk player, got a head on it, but out of bounds right in midfield, far side.
Gabori on the sideline trying to test that leg to see if he can get back into this game. Now back on the bench. He's still noticeably limping.
Small trying to poke it ahead. Marked closely. Ends up out of bounds. Coon Rapids throw in.
Elk's doing a
Mena
good,
gets it back to Small right along the sideline.
Elk's doing a good job defensively.
Well, yeah, ever since the first like 15 minutes probably.
Yep.
Coon Rapids in that first 15 minutes was being very aggressive, very physical. It had a lot of possession and some good looks. It's a good serve to the back corner, just a little bit too high for Abdullahi to get to.
Well, they're doing a good job with numbers, getting a number of guys to the Coon Rapids player with the ball.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That first 15 minutes, and then they, I think, adjusted. They brought a few more jerseys back into the defensive end and made it a little harder for Coon Rapids to have the advantage in numbers with the ball on their foot. Ramos Dominguez tripped up, and Coon Rapids a free kick, not quite the spot just outside the 18 that the Elks have had a couple of times, but a good spot where you can definitely run a set play and hopefully get a good opportunity for one of your goal scorers.
Official counting out steps and get the defense back to the proper distance.
Mena going to that back post. The header by Harmon is up and out of play. It was a good serve from Tomas Mena.
It really was, and Harmon got behind the defense.
Good thought. And we've seen that a couple of times with Coon Rapids, especially the kickers, putting it in great spots for teammates. And unfortunately, they've not been able to get that finish on a couple of those golden opportunities that they've been able to at least develop.
And Harmon knew he had a golden opportunity there, just couldn't get what the head that he needed on it.
Zelaya waiting for some help. Chips it to where Paulson can get there. Mo Fatty right there with him. And Paulson knocks it out of bounds. Coon Rapids will get a chance to possess. Sorry, that was Rodman. 22, not 2. Rodman with the steal from Harmon. Harmon able to shield him off with his body and get it back to Wagner. Pass ahead is stopped up by Mathewson. Headed into the middle for Zelaya. Maldonado, a shot that's right into the chin, I think, of Small. Harmon tripped up.
Yeah, getting some pressure inside by Elk River. They're desperately trying to get that second goal.
Well, neither team wants to tie.
No.
But I'm sure both would rather tie than lose.
Right, but they definitely want to win more than they want to tie, quite obviously.
Well, Coon Rapids already with 2 ties in their first 3 games.
And especially with the shortened season.
Not a lot on that shot from Mukin Harmon, and an easy save for Nafua. Mena trying to get it to Small, a little too far. Uche able to get it to Rodman. In the middle for Maldonado, pressured by Mena. Coughs it up. Mo Fatty on the attack for the Cardinals. Avoids a sliding tackle. Ramos Dominguez spun and shot, but ball spun off his foot, not a play. Goal kick upcoming.
Mo Fatty went down a little bit hard, but he got up. You see the time remaining, 12:20 in this contest. We're knotted up at 1. Of course, there are no overtimes in high school soccer this particular year.
That is correct. I'm not quite sure for the reasoning of that change to the rules. I mean, some of it just seems kind of odd. You can play, but you can't play extra.
Right.
But, of course, with the setup in high school soccer, you can play 10 more minutes and still be tied.
This is true.
So, and when you run this far during the regular contest, you're certainly not going to have an 8 overtime soccer game.
No, you are definitely not.
Of course, go back way back in the day. We have seen some shootouts.
We
in
have
tournament soccer.
Yeah, we've had some good shootouts over the years that we've been witness to.
Jessica Christofferson in goal.
I remember
in
that.
a shootout in the section championship.
Yep.
I would have to say the most memorable.
That definitely the most memorable.
That team on its way to a state third
place. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
99.
Yeah. Something
No,
like that.
98.
No. Was it 98?
Yeah, because I think she graduated in 99. I think it was her senior year. Because I don't think it was 97. It wasn't the first year we started.
But I know it was shortly after. 99.
He says 99.
Hennon had said 99.
Hennon says 99,
Well,
so maybe she did graduate in 2000.
He's got the almanac in the.
Oh,
in the
a chance for Mena, and he just fanned on it. Ends up on the turf. I'm not sure what the whistle was because there was no call for the foul. Coon Rapids was still attacking. Unless they're calling it.
Well, you may have said this, Gabori back in the game, but if you hadn't, he is good to see that he is back in the contest.
Unless you're Coon Rapids coach,
Well,
we're hoping he's not hurt too
I know.
bad, but
I get it.
if he stays out for the next 10 minutes, we'd be okay with that. Because he's been definitely the most impressive player in this contest thus far. And Yukon Harmon, while he had some moments in that, especially early in that first half, they've brought numbers to him every time he's touched the ball. So long shot for Mena goes wide, another goal kick. And as we talked about just a few minutes ago, they're just dropping a lot more guys back into coverage. They've got 8 guys inside the 18-yard
Yeah,
box.
they're making it difficult for him. And the Cardinals have to find a way to beat that.
Well, you don't want to leave Gabori at midfield with less than one defender there. Or with only one defender there.
Correct.
You'd like to have at least 2.
Yes.
That's a lot of pressure if they get the ball back to midfield. You're in deep, and one-on-one with the speed and power he's shown. Harmon plays it back for Mendez. Trying to serve it into the corner. No red jerseys there, and Nafua just comes out and boots it back out to center. Stopped up by Wagner. Mena chips it to Fatty. Fatty will get it right back from Small. Into the middle for Tomas Mena. Mena trying to thread the needle for Harmon, trying to sneak around that backside. Small challenged, knocked off the ball. Was it inside the box? Right on that line. Yeah. He's going to call it just outside the line. So see what Coon Rapids can come up with here. Again, this is a set play from beautiful spot.
Really a beautiful spot. But I mean, this is an opportunity.
Can they finish?
Well, that's the key with time winding down in this contest. They'd love to get the opportunity right here with about 7 minutes remaining to see if they can convert this set play. I know they work it in practice all the time. It's again, it's exact. It's got to be exact about it. Gonna walk the defenders back a little bit.
They'll finally bring somebody in to mark Eukin Harmon, backing away from that back post.
Be careful.
Mena lofts it into the middle. It's stopped up. And it will be a corner kick. Sibide tried to direct it toward the net, off a body out of bounds. Head attempt by Mena. He argues that it was touched, and he will win the argument.
Yep.
It was touched by an Elk River defender. Nafua,
That's poor sportsmanship right
well,
there.
he threw it closer to the corner than I thought. Originally, when
It looked
I
like-
saw him throw it, I thought he threw it a long way away, but
Yeah,
he
I
threw it
did
over
as
to
well.
where Wynn was.
He's hot about something though.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, when the game concludes, please exit to the west by the concession stand. We do have to clear the stadium before we can let the guests.
And a calming of everyone's
Yep.
tensions, and we'll prepare for another set play for the Cardinals. Ian Wynn this time. Elks able to get the add to it first, stopped up by Kish. Chipped into the corner, but too far for Mena. And the Elks will get the throw and a chance to try and get it back upfield.
Marcos Zelaya, number 4, and number 12.
On the
Parker
wing. On the
Mathewson.
wing.
Zelaya and Mathewson back in for Elk River here for the last 5 minutes of this contest.
Mena bumped off the ball. Elk River trying to escape their own end. Broken up by Mendez. Zelaya interrupts his pass. Can't get it past Mena. Second chance will. Gabori trying to work his way past Wagner. Wagner staying with it. Comes away with the ball and plays it too far ahead of the charging Ramos Dominguez. Nafua will wait for traffic to clear and give it another boot. Small trying to get around the corner past Lillestrand. Lillestrand able to play it off of Small and out. No, they say.
No, it was the other way.
Substitution coming in for the Cardinals. Number 20. For Elk River, number 2 for the Pass.
Sam Novak in for Coon Rapids.
You can go in, go in, go in. Go in, you can go in. Be careful. Hit him.
Cross broken up. A chance for Novak, but got underneath it. And we're going to have a goal kick for the Elks. Battle near midfield, won by Mo Fatti, turned around for Tomas Mena. Sibide bumped, staying with it. Hanegraaff keeping him off the ball. Sibbity able to knock it away, but it's out off the Cardinals. Foul against Mena in that little scruff. Wynn able to get ahead on it and get some room for his defense. Kraft trying to make his way through the middle, and a great slide tackle right there by Brandon Small. They argued it, but he clearly got to the ball and then made contact.
He did.
And arguing it is Zelaya. And that's going to earn him a card. Gabori stepping in to de-escalate the situation. I like this kid more and more every minute he plays.
He's the mediator. He's the mediator.
And the attorney.
Yeah.
So wait. We got it. We're on the same page. She's fine. Well, please leave the field before you get more serious infraction. Only 101 seconds left in the contest.
Head on 10 seconds, please.
10 seconds.
So 111 seconds
111
left in the game. Mo Fatty with the serve. First one there is Uche. Coon Rapids able to get it back. Nothing on that shot. Another attempt that doesn't make it through to the net. Headed by Paulson. Uche can't clear. Now moved ahead. And Maldonado gets it ahead to Gabori. Gabori boots it and runs after it. First one there is Ian Wynn, able to win the race, win the ball. But his pass wide is Small. Maldonado called for an elbow.
We all know the speed of Ian Wynn.
It was a shot that
he is
he
so
got called
quick.
for the foul.
Yeah.
Well, and he was on his horse because
He was.
Because Gabori obviously has a lot of speed as well. Cleared out. Coach Chapman quickly getting the ball to his guys. Let's go, let's go. We're under a minute. Sibbity couldn't slip through the defenders. Elk's able to clear now. Played ahead. Wynn will turn it around. It's going to skip off of Simon out of play. Uche steps up to break up that pass. Challenged there by Small, who recovers it for the Cardinals. Cross pass, turned back over to Elk River. And a good clear by Ian Wynn as he and Gabori were battling for that last ball. There's no way that the Cardinal captain was going to let the outstanding Elks attacker get past him and win that one in the final seconds. And Coon Rapids will have to settle for their third tie in 4 contests.
Yeah, I mean they started out so well. They played well, and you know we saw a number of players on both sides of the ball that contributed mightily. And you know, as you mentioned earlier, you obviously want to get the win, but and don't love the tie, but you'll take it.
Well, it's definitely better than a loss. Coon Rapids' record goes to 0-1-3 with the tie, still looking to get that offense really on track. But we saw a couple of times they generated opportunities and just could not convert. We have more coming up for you this week on CTN. We've got the girls tennis team taking on Blaine on Friday. We've got boys and girls soccer against the Bengals next Tuesday on the 15th. And then girls swimming and diving on Tuesday the 22nd. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, it's 1-1 as the Elks and the Cardinals tie. We want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Hannah Shapiro, I'm Joe Young.